All right, so Paul McCartney and the thing. So we start talking, and I introduce myself. He goes, hey, what's your name? I go, Paul. He goes, oh, that's a good name. And he starts talking with me, like, what do you do? I'm a stand-up. I work on the Daily Show, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm a big fan of the Daily Show, blah, blah. We're talking for like 10 minutes. Now, the whole time I'm talking to him on the outside, I'm like, hey, I'm pretty cool. But on the inside, I'm like, I'm talking to Paul McCartney. Like, I'm out of my mind. Right? And as I'm talking to him, I find myself getting closer and closer to his face because he's iconic, and I'm checking him out. And he looks amazing. He's 71. I don't know if you've ever met him. He looks amazing.
Did you just feel like you were getting closer?
No, I was getting closer. I was the close talker in the Seinfeld episode. But I turned into that baboon on the National Geographic Channel that cleans ticks off its mate. Like, that's how close I was getting to the guy, right? And then we're talking, and people are walking by us looking at us like, wow, Paul Mecurio knows Paul McCartney. Like, we were literally talking for 10 minutes. It was surreal. So now, at this point, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be the guy that stays at the party too long. I am going to say bye and leave the guy alone.
Right.
So so just so you know how cool I am, everybody, I told Paul McCartney, hey, gotta go. I get it. Beatles, blah, blah, blah. Right. I got my little skit to do, okay, there? So I leave, and I go into the bathroom, and I call my wife, Carol. This is all true. And I'm, like, hyperventilating on the phone. I'm like, she's like, what's the matter? You all right? I'm like, I'm in the bathroom. She goes, what are you doing in the bathroom? Are you? I go, I just talked to Paul McCartney. So I calm down, and now this is, you guys know me well, and you know that I'm delusional. This is the moment. You just made fun of me going up to him. This is the next level of that. This is DEFCON 5. I think to myself, Paul McCartney, he should do my podcast. That's what I think, right? This is in my mind. So I talk myself into going back to him to do my podcast. So I go back to his dressing room, and I knock on the door, and I say, look, I know this is crazy. You're huge. I'm nobody. I go, would you do my podcast? Now, as I'm saying this, I'm like, the guy's 71. He probably doesn't even know what a podcast is, right?
He's a pretty hip 71.
I know.
Though.
He's totally, right?
So he was down. He knew what podcasts were?
Well, he said to me, yeah, sure. Just like that. So I basically completely freaked out.
Yeah.
Because
in front of him.
Well, what happened was he threw me. I really thought he was going to say no. I was like that guy. You know, there's that hot girl you always wanted to ask out in high school. She's never going to say yes, but let me get it out of my system. Ask her. She'll say no. I'll be done.
It's actually worse than that because you're the guy who's torturing one of Colbert's guests. So what I'm guessing is Colbert's people now will never invite you back because they're like, who left him alone to torture Paul McCartney, the biggest get we may have ever had?
Oh, it is the biggest get.
And Mercurio's in there torturing the guy with this little handheld microphone and his pocket recorder.
You make a really good point because as I was talking to him, that was the thing that was most on my mind. Like, I was waiting for somebody to come up like this, taser me or shoot me.
Yeah, shoot me get away from the Beatles.
Yeah. And then I was waiting for like 2 days later after it all went down, like someone was going to call me into the office and go, look, but nobody so, all right. So he says, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And I turned into the guy who didn't know how to react to the hot girl saying yes. So I was, and he goes, how would we do it? I blurt out, I'll come to London. And he goes, well, we're in New York. I go, it'll be easy. I actually said to like the most famous musician, the last one, I go, you could do it on the phone, naked on the toilet from your apartment. I'm like, what am I saying, right? so then he goes to me, this is all true.
So wait, you didn't even have a recorder? You were going to book him and do this at a later date?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
do you have
dude.
a studio where you cut this podcast?
No, the studio that does it is in LA. So when I'm in LA, I do it there. Otherwise, I do it, via ISDN line, or I have a portable recorder. It just depends on who I have. Sometimes I do it over the phone. So I calm down. I'm literally like shaking at this point. And I go, okay, look, I don't want to bother you. You're busy. I'm going to go to your assistant and I'll get your information. And he says to me, I swear to God, it freaks me out. He looks at me and he goes, no. He goes, you and I will do it. I go, what? He goes, you and I, and he looks me in the eye, he goes, we'll exchange numbers. They'll just muck it up. I'm like, what? So now I'm writing my phone number down and I'm handing it in my hand shaking to Paul McCartney, right? And I figure I just got the best.
He's probably so used to no one being able to function around him that he's just like, all right, I'll walk him through this.
It's like I literally was like, none of this is embellished at all. I leave. He does the show. Hour goes by. I now have to head to the Daily Show for that taping. My phone rings. I'm running late. I don't recognize the number. I let it ring the voicemail, and this is the message on my phone.
Hi, Paul. It's Paul McCartney here. I'm going to ring you back in 5 minutes to do the podcast thing. I've got some time now. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of time. So if you're there in 5 minutes' time, you got me. Okay, bye.
Ladies, who wants to line up and sleep with me now? Pow!